obviously sacrifices come in when
Uh,
you have children. You very much understand the things that you're giving up. You understand the things that you can no longer achieve. Um, it becomes very apparent very quickly, and it's not a bad thing because the things that you gain are so much more.
mm.
You know, and it really is.
Do you want to go in depth to that? Like what things you gain?
I mean, you gain a family. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you, you gain other human beings that will love you unconditionally for the rest of your life. You know, you gain your own foundation. And
Yeah.
eventually they're going to grow up and you get to experience that. You get to experience them growing up. And like with Jack and my oldest, like, I find myself saying things to him that my dad said to me, you know? And it's like, wow, that's a crazy experience, like for real.
I'm
Um,
sure.
you know,
Wow.
it's it hits different. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. But for those brief moments when, you know, your kid comes running up to you and he gives you a cuddle and he says, "Night night, daddy, I love you." That's all worth it. Makes it all worth it. 100%.
Yeah, see, I don't know what that feels like.
No. And it's not something that you could explain.
Mm-hmm.
If you like that kind of thing. Some people don't like that kind of thing. Some people don't ever want to be parents. Some people would rather,
I don't
you know.
understand those people.
I mean, I get it.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you don't understand how hard it is until you're there. Like, for example, if I ever want to go to the store, I can't just go and get up and go. Like, it ain't that easy. Like, oh my god.
Mm.
And once they're in bed, you're on lockdown. That's it. You can't go anywhere.
Really? You have to watch them like that?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't leave them unattended at any point until they're old enough to fend for themselves.
Even if you just like, oh, it's just right down the street, it'd just be like 5 minutes.
Yeah, no. No.
Really?
No way. Yeah, no way. No, 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 no. The thing is, natural instinct kicks in with things like that. Like, you would know instantly. You'd be like, your child always has to have a responsible adult around. Always. If there's two of you, don't get me wrong, it's not so bad because one of you could go to the store.
Would you prefer to stay home or be the one going to the store?
I'd prefer to go to the store.
That's funny because when I was working on the farm, when we were cutting the fields, Glenn was like, "Oh, I'll cut the fields. I get more peace and quiet."
Yeah.
while,
Yeah.
while the kids and the missus were home, that's what he would like to do: is cut the fields.
Yeah. Because, hey, peace and quiet, you can't be bought. You
Ugh.
cannot buy peace and quiet, my friend. Like some days, I know it's mean, but some days I get up and I'm like, I can't wait to go to work.
What?
Yeah. I get to work and I'm like, I get to talk to adults. I get to have adult conversations. I get to be around like
Wow!
adults, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing. And then you miss them. And you miss
What?
Peppa Pig, you miss Fireman Sam, you miss all the TV shows, you miss it all, and then you're like, I kind of want to go home now. And then when you come home and everybody's excited to see you, that right there, Dave. That is the closest thing we have to magic.
Is when everyone is excited to see you.
Yeah, yeah. When you open that door and they shout your name and you get a
Joshy!
hug,
Daddy
Daddy.
Josh!
Yeah. There's Dad, and they come running over and they give you a cuddle, and and then you go in the front room and you sit down and you watch your programs and you're snuggling, you eat some biscuits, some cookies in your case.
Right.
That's that's what life's about.
But what you're saying is there's got to be a balance where you can get a break from that. Otherwise,
100%, and that is totally okay. That is totally okay to feel that way and to be that way, because sometimes you look at your own child and you think you're annoying. I'll say it. I don't mind. We all thinking it. I'll say it because daddy, 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 daddy. Why is this? Daddy, why is that?
they
Daddy,
ask a
this,
lot of
daddy,
questions,
that.
don't they? They
Oh my!
do.
Daddy, can I have a cookie? Daddy, milk. Daddy, juice. Daddy, pepper. Daddy. Oh my!
On the farm, they always ask me, David, why do you have long hair? Daddy Glenn, why does David have long hair? His hair is as long as mine. And then they, yeah, man.
The questions are, and you have to answer them. You have to answer them, otherwise
I
they don't
don't.
learn.
I
No, you
don't.
don't. You don't. But when
Yeah.
you're a parent, you do.
I just sit there.
You just look at them like, because I do.
Yeah. Like, why do you care? Huh?
Yeah,
Huh?
mind your damn business, David.
Oh, man. We were playing Monopoly, and dude, they were not playing by the rules at all.
Whoa, hey,
They,
hey, kids don't have rules, bro.
yeah, that's what I learned.
Kids have winning, and kids have losing.
Mm.
That is it. There is no middle ground. There is no. There's winning and there's losing. And you have different stages too. Like your kid goes through like all different question stages. Like the why stage. Everything's why. Why? Come on, we're gonna go to the store. Why? Because I need milk. Why? Because I want some cereal. Why? Because I'm hungry. Why?
And
'Cause
the
I haven't
thing
eaten.
is that
Why?
they're so serious. Like,
Yo, like 20 minutes in of why, and you're like, why did I wake up this morning? You know? Um, and then they get to the no stage. Oh my god, there is
that's when they
nothing
give you
worse.
attitude and
Yo, you're like, come on, we're gonna go to the store. No. What? we're going to the store. No.
I'm telling you what to do now.
They're like, no. Mm-mm. And you're like, one way or the other, we are going to the store. No.
No. Who's the disciplined one? You or the missus? That's what I want to know.
Me.
Really?
Amy.
Yeah.
Amy's so soft. She's so soft. Like he'd be like, "Daddy, a cookie?" And I was like, "No, you're gonna have your tea in a minute. You're gonna have your dinner in a minute. No way." 2 minutes later, he'll come running through with a cookie,
Because
and I'm like,
wow. Where did he get that from?
"Yeah." I go through to the kitchen. I peek my head around the door. I'm like, "Where did he get the cookie?" I gave him a cookie. I said he couldn't have a cookie. Why did you say you couldn't have a cookie? And now I'm the bad guy. Yeah, like shit.
Just take it away from him.
Give me that goddamn cookie.
Exactly.
Stop eating it.
Right in
My
front of
goddamn
him. This is my cookie. I say you can't have it. Dude, I feel like I'm gonna be like the pettiest father ever. Like,
Yeah.
like they play the why game, I'm just gonna play it right back. Why
Yeah.
can't we go to the store? Why you have to go to the store? Well, why can't we go to the store?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Really, it really confuses the shit out of them when you ask why back. It really does.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
they can't cope with it. They're like, "Why are we going to the store?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking?"
And then he'd go, "Oh my gosh, why am I asking? Oh,
What?
I can't figure it out. Why am I asking?"
Yeah. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's the way that it works. But like I said, it's all part of parenting. It's all part of the game. Or
Mm-hmm.
what they'll do shit that will embarrass you in public. Like I was walking around the store not so long ago with Jack, my youngest,
Mm-hmm.
and hold up, sorry, and he farted, bro.
What?
Like he farted, like
Loud or what?
loud, like in the store. I'm looking at like I can't even remember what it was. I was looking at. I was looking at the shelving, and I was looking at something to buy, and this kid went.
Did he blame it on you?
No, 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 no. And this is the worst thing. Because they can't blame it on me, they don't understand. They just laugh. They find farts and burps hysterical.
Wow.
So I'm going to put it to you in perspective. There's a lot of people in this store, right? Nobody's looking to blame the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. So you hear this, and then this little kid giggling like it was me that did it. And then everybody's looking at me like I did it, and I'm like, I have to justify myself that I didn't do it. So out loud, publicly, I'm like, that wasn't me. That was him. And they're all like, oh my god, he's gonna blame the child.
No, the,
you
the
know?
correct thing to do, Josh, is be like, Jack, why would you do that? Or Jack, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But you can't because it's a natural body instinct. So like you can't tell a child off for farting. You just
That's
can't.
funny.
So what you can do is have fun with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've learned now to go the other way. So if I'm in the store and Jack goes "Boop," and giggles about it, I look at the person immediately to my right and I go, ugh, and walk away. I blame them.
Like, can you
Then
believe him?
they look at me like,
Wow. Now, what about diapers? Like, is it hard to change diapers and cleaning up puke?
yes, yeah, oh yeah. Like, do you like wiping up shit?
I do it after my dogs.
Then it's different. Oh, it's different.
How is it different?
Because with the dog, you put your hand inside a bag, you grab the poop, you pull your hand out of the bag, like wrapping it up.
Oh,
Buff.
that's how you do it? I've been doing it wrong.
What? Okay. Oh, damn.
Oh,
Dang.
God. I know, right?
With a child, like changing a child's diaper, it's when they go doo doo, like it's not just like a you doo doo. No, this is like I'm redecorating the inside of this diaper doo doo.
Like, it's
It
all
was
over
white, it's now green.
Oh, gosh.
And like depending on their age, depends on the kind of color. So when they're first born, it's like black, and I mean like black.
Really?
Yeah, and then as they start to get introduced to like milks and things like that, it goes like this the most vile green you've ever seen in your life,
Oh, my gosh.
and that's the milk poo. Okay, then when you start introducing solids, then it starts to go all kinds of fucking weird ass colors. Like god damn.
Which stage is the worst? Like, especially for smell.
Um.
I think the solid food will be the
Yeah.
worst stage.
I think
that's-
before you get to like home cooked meals and you're on like the baby jars and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like that's the worst. That's the worst. It got to a point where we were like, no. So what we were doing is we were cooking our meals, and freezing like portions for Jack. So it had home cooked like vegetables and things like this. So we were making him like soups and things like that and chopping it all up and blending it so that he could have what we were having.
Uh-huh.
only if it was like healthy, and we'd only ever use the jars if we were like going out or if we were in an emergency, you know.
Got it.
Um, but yeah, like oh shit, dude, like when your kid does a doo doo and you're like out in the smell. Oh my god. And everybody's looking at you, the kid's crying, you got like all of your shopping in a basket, so you're like,
What?
what do I do? Like, oh my god, my kid's done it. Oh my god. The kid's going, "Wah," screaming. You're like, you can't just take the basket with you because they think you're shoplifting.
Wow.
You know, and I
Wow.
tell you
Wow.
the hardest thing to do as a father, and I'll level with you now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is I don't know about America, but in England, they have with the toilets when you're out, the toilet facilities,
Uh-huh.
they have mother and baby.
Mm.
Dads don't got shit.
Really? Because we do here.
We don't here. There's no baby changing facilities in the men's toilets here.
That's sexist.
It's fucked, right?
It's sexist. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's fucked. There's no men's rooms that have baby changing facilities. So it's like, what do you do? Because you can't go in the women's because you're instantly a pervert.
Take him home.
Yeah, literally. That's your only option. So what you have to do is you have to drop everything that you're doing, whether you've bought it or not, right? So you've got to stop. You got to leave the store. You got to go to the car. You got to strap the baby into the car with a dirty diaper, drive all the way home, change the diaper.
Why they're still crying throughout the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, but that's not right because you can't leave the child in the diaper. So there you are in the back seat of your car, changing a dirty diaper.
Wow.
So being a father in public is a lot harder than being a mother in public. But women don't have it easy either. Like, holy shit, if you want to breastfeed your kid, like, the abuse you receive is.
Yeah, I personally like it when they do that.
Oh my fucking god. Hey, listen, everybody likes titties. Whether you're male, whether you're female, everybody likes titties, right?
Exactly. I
Like,
see nothing wrong with it.
Hey, listen, but I understand what their original intention is, what their original design and purpose is. It's to feed an infant, to feed a child. If I'm waiting in line for the bus and your infant is hungry and you whip out a titty and you're like, you're feeding your kid, I'm not going to look at you and go,
Well, no, you don't do that.
titties. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not going to go, excuse me, that's very inappropriate. Please, can you put that breast away? Fucking grow up, you dick. Like, but that happens. That happens to women, and it's fucked. So fucked. The thing is, breasts have become so sexualized now. I think everybody has genuinely forgot.
That's if it has a nipple. You take away the nipple, it doesn't have a problem.
Yeah.
At least here.
Weird, right? Because you can walk around in a bikini. I can see all of your titty except your nipple.
Yeah.
But
or if you put tape over your nipple or nipple tassels, then you can have it out.
Then that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine if there's a law where women can just walk topless like men?
Why shouldn't it be?
Like that feminism. Well, I wouldn't want my girl doing that, and I probably wouldn't have a girl who does that.
Why?
Because I think titties are sexualized.
Exactly.
I sexualize them.
It's sexualized.
It is.
Yeah.
And I
that's the
sexualize
problem.
them.
Like, sure, fine. But, like, would you ever go to, like, a nudist beach?
See, I don't think I will. I don't think I can go to the nudist beach.
Okay, well, I'll put it to you this way. I've done it. Like,
But
nobody is there to sexualize you. Nobody cares what you got, except like if you're that one guy that's like, if you're like tripoding. I mean,
But that's the thing, though. How can you go to nude beach without getting a hard on? Because I'm
you're not
gonna
there for that.
sexualize everything, huh?
Oh, because that's not the point of a nudist beach. The point of a nudist beach is you're there to be unrestricted. It's freedom. It,
So, yeah, I
to
don't
be
see it that
fair,
way.
you will when you're naked.
I go there to see to look at other women.
Yeah, but you'd get there, you'd strip off, and you would feel very insecure very quickly.
I'm sure you would feel there's a sense of vulnerability of being naked. I'm sure there is in
100%.
public, but I think that is also a sense of like, oh, I'm naked.
Yeah, but it's the same
It's
as when a
gonna
woman's breastfeeding a child. You wouldn't get a boner over that, would you? You wouldn't get a boner over somebody flopping their titty out, being like, "I'm sorry, I got to feed my infant." You know, you just your brain wants to go boobs, but your brain goes, "Okay,
a little
relax."
bit. I'm 50-50. I'm like, oh, that's
We
a cute child. I'm 50-50. Mary Sue says, "Are you considering children? Are you reconsidering children?" Is that question for me or Josh, Mary Sue?
yeah,
Yeah, man, but jeez,
it's women have it a lot harder than men.
you think so?
100%.
I think they have it easier.
No fucking way.
I think they have it easier. I
Imagine,
think.
imagine pushing a baby out of your dick hole.
Well,
I'm so
I'm sh-
sorry, YouTube. That was graphic as shit.
I'm sure that would be very impossible to do. In that
Would
case,
you?
men definitely have it harder.
Yeah, and you know, imagine having a period.
Yeah. Well, they got to do something.
Imagine being judged for wanting to breastfeed your child, which is most mothers, you know, maternal instinct is to do.
I like it. I think,
You know?
and I encourage breastfeeding. By the way, it's very healthy to
Absolutely.
do that. It's
It
very
really,
healthy for
yeah,
the
it really,
child to
really
do
is.
that.
And
Very
don't get me
healthy.
wrong, some babies don't take to it. Some babies just don't like it.
Really, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Some babies just won't take to the breast. But then you've got like breast pumps and stuff.
I kind
I
of want
think,
one of those too. Did
oh
you ever
my,
play with that?
I think if you can breastfeed, then you 100% should. I think breastfeeding is so much better than formula.
Definitely, definitely. Anything man-made is not going to be as good.
No, of course it's not. Of course it's not. Um, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that formula is bad because it's not. It has all of the proteins, the minerals, and the nutrients an infant needs. Of course it does. That's what
Mm,
it's there for.
I don't know. I don't
But
know if
it's
I
all the
agree
other
with
shit
that.
that's in it that I don't like.
Exactly.
What I like
Wow.
to do is when Jack was younger, um, after he did a doo doo, like I'd like to give him like a bath.
Yeah, I just want to
So
like hose him down.
I
That's what I.
take him out
That's
the
the
yard.
first. That's the first thing that I thought about doing.
No. Because you can't overbath a baby. You can't overwash a baby because you'll
No.
dry their skin out.
Okay.
Yeah, and the skin gets really horrible. It's not
Slap them
nice.
with that shea butter.
Uh, no. You can't do that.
No. Oh
No,
boy.
no.
I'm
So you get
calling Josh when my baby doo-doos himself. I'm like, Josh,
you
you
got
gotta
like
help.
you got baby oil.
hmm
You've got Sudocrem, and you've got talcum powder. Okay, they
But
are your three best friends.
baby oil has petroleum in it, though. It's rather
Not
like almond
Johnson's.
oil, not
Not
Johnson.
not Johnson's. Johnson's baby oil is like all natural,
Oh, okay.
and it's very very good for their skin. But we only ever used it on the bum, the hands, and the feet. Because Jack used to love laying down in front of you, and like he'd put his feet up, and you just massage his feet just like this. He just
Oh.
massage his feet. He'd love it. He'd fall asleep to it. He was great.
Mm,
Jack was probably the easiest baby in the world.
really? Well.
100%. I was so lucky with Jack
Mm,
because Jack would, his routine, this was Jack's routine, guys. Okay, you tell me how easy he was, right? From people that you know that have had babies, or you know, from your knowledge of babies. His nighttime routine: he would go down. We would put him to bed at 7. He would wake up at 9:30. He would have a bottle. He would be back down once he'd had his bottle and he'd been burped, right? He'd then be up at 4. He'd have another one. Put him down at 4, and he'd be up at 7. And once he was up at 7, he was up for the day. That was it.
So
Right?
no 3 in the morning crying.
No. And this is the thing. He would cry. He wouldn't even cry properly. His cry was crap. His cry was so shit. He'd just go, "Uh, and you were like, "Oh, fuck is that?
Is that my dog?
And you're like, opening your eyes, like, what the fuck is that noise? And you're like, "Uh." And you're like, oh shit, it's the kid." You know?
You forget you had a kid.
And you have to sterilize everything. Everything has to be super, super clean. Like, super clean. Like, I used to smoke, as you know. Like, with the baby, if I ever had a cigarette, I'd have to come in, I'd wash my hands, and then I'd sanitize my hands before I touch the baby, you know? And everything has to be super clean. Super, super clean. But then as soon as they can start to walk, they plod rather than walk. They Once they mastered that, they start to run. Then that's when the fun begins.
Really?
100%. And you'll never look back. But for the first year, like, damn.
It's
That's
difficult.
fucking tough, dude. Like, that is
Yeah.
fucking tough. Yeah. Yeah. You need to be there for one another. Like, and this goes out to anybody that is going to be, or has ever experienced, or knows anybody that's ever experienced being a single parent. Bravo. Like, fucking bravo. Holy shit. Fuck that. Like, my sister had my nephew, and she was a single mum. Luckily for her, she had my mum. But she was a single mum, and I tell you what, that woman is a fucking warrior. Like, that's the toughest woman I've ever met in my life. And my nephew is awesome. He's the sweetest kid. He's awesome. But I tell you what, it's doable, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work. Very hard work.
But it gets easier when they can start running around. And
As soon as they know what colors are, and they know what toys are, or not even so much as toys, but just things that make noise. Like, Jack had this, like, it was called a jungle gym, right? And it was just like a cloth mat, right? And it had these bars going from corner to corner on either side, right? And it just had dangly shit on it that just made noise. Like, you'd smack one, it'd go bring. You'd smack one, it'd like, it just had all different noises. That kid would sit under that thing for hours, you know, just smacking shit, and he's like, boof, boof, ching.
Just because of the noise.
Literally just because of the noise. Like, babies are fascinated by fucking everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I ever went through all that.
Like, Jack discovered his toes, and he genuinely looked shocked. Like, I got your foot, and he's like, what is that? Like, That's mine. What?
Oh
You
my
know?
gosh. Puke for a baby, I think, is a lot better than puke from an adult, though.
Oh my God! It's just milk.
Yeah.
It's just milk. It just comes out warmer than it went in.
You could probably recycle it. Extra flavor. Fertilizer.
Oh my God!
I gotta look that up if you can fertilize it.
No, no. Let's not. Um, dear God. But yeah, so that's parenting 101, guys.